Welcome to my Macartürk channel. I'm Karo. Before jumping into today's topic, let's talk about curiosity a bit. So what is curiosity? Curiosity is the need, the urge to learn something and explore something new. And it's an essential part of our lives because it helps us keep moving forward and innovation and science. When you come to Turkey, you have to understand that the level of curiosity is a whole different thing here, because Turkish people are so curious about everything. They want to learn everything about you, me, everyone. They just want to see everything around them, and they will ask a lot of questions when you come here. So be prepared to be asked a lot of questions when you come to Turkey. So this curiosity of them may come from their past. Maybe that's why they went around the world and explored territories like let's see what's there and let's just conquer it and let's just go there. As I have mentioned before, if you want to understand Turkey, if you want to understand Turkish people, you have to know their history, their culture and their habits. So let's start with history first. So who are the Turks? Turkish people are coming from Asia. They were living in Asia as nomadic tribes there. Then they started to form states and they started to grow, and because of various reasons they had to move to other territories. I will not explain those times because there are so many details, dates and events that they wouldn't fit into one video, so that's why I will talk about those ones as well, but in other videos. So let's start from the time when they started to arrive to Anatolia. Anatolia is today's Turkey. So one branch of those states from Asia called the Selçuk started to go to the west to Anatolia, and the Byzantine Empire was ruling Anatolia at that time. So they started to go there, they started to have fights with them, and there was one very important battle called the Battle of Manzikert in 1071. In Turkish it's Malazgirt, and the Selçuks won that battle. And it was very important because that battle opened the way, the door, paved the way for the Turks to be able to settle in Anatolia. So after they won the Battle of Malazgirt, they started to settle down in Anatolia, and Turkish people are so connected to each other that they brought the other family with them as well. So tribes started to come from Asia to Anatolia as well. You should understand the different levels and stages of societies at that time. So first you start as a tribe, then you can grow and you can become a beylik, a principality, then you can become a state, and then an empire. These tribes which came to Anatolia became beyliks, and the Selçuks became an empire, the Great Selçuk Empire. So they were living next to each other, and the beyliks were under the control of the Great Selçuk Empire. The Great Selçuk Empire had a lot of fights with the Byzantine Empire, and that's why they started to become weaker and weaker and weaker. So another branch of them, the Anatolian Selçuks, in Turkish it's Anadolu, I will say Anadolu Selçuks from now. So the Anadolu Selçuks became stronger, and then they formed a state, and then they formed an empire as well. Then they were having wars with the Byzantine Empire, and they ended up the same as the Great Selçuk Empire. They started to grow weaker and weaker. So the beyliks, the principalities, started to become independent and express their independence. So they started to have wars as well, and one beylik called Osmanoğulları, which means the sons of Osman. Osman means Ottoman, so as you can guess, they started to be stronger. They formed their state and they became the Ottoman state. Thanks to their brilliant techniques and tactics and methods, they won a lot of wars and conquered territories. And one of the most important of these territories is the city called Bursa. Why is it important? Because that was the first capital of the Ottoman state, and from that city they could start to grow and go to Istanbul, Edirne and all the other cities in Turkey. How is Bursa as a city? How does it look like? Why is it important? What's there? That's what I will show in our next video, and make sure that you check that one out as well. Stay tuned. If you like the video and if you want to support the channel, don't forget to subscribe, and see you guys.